I want to share a part of my story with you because the wisdom I carry doesn't come from a book. It came from devastation, from nearly admitting defeat, and from walking through a darkness I wasn't sure I'd survive. I believe I lived through my experience and survived it so that I could help others find their way too. There was a time in my life when I truly believed that my life was over. And I don't say that lightly. I mean literally. I had returned to the UK in 2007 after 4 years in America with nothing. No money, no home to go to, and no career, and no sense of who I was anymore. My art career had crashed in the States. I had sold my apartment to fund my relocation, and when everything fell apart, I ended up back at my mum's house. There was no room for me, so I slept on the sofa. For 5 years, I felt like a complete failure. I went through menopause as well, and I was deeply depressed. And to top it all, I got back together with my ex-partner who was emotionally abusive and seemed determined to punish me for leaving him years earlier. There were terrible fights, humiliation, psychological cruelty, and my body began to shut down. I developed severe allergic reactions to food. I couldn't eat anything, and I couldn't even drink water sometimes without retching and vomiting bile. Some days I couldn't get out of bed at all, and I would drink alcohol at times just to cope, even though it gave me severe migraines. I had no motivation, no hope, and no vision of a future for myself. I had gone from being an artist, living in Hawaii full of passion and freedom and enjoying my life, to being utterly broken, and I had no idea it was coming. I was lost, ashamed, and utterly hopeless. Everything I had known to be true about myself was gone. My 20-year career as an artist, my dreams, my youth, and my hormones. My freedom and passion for life was gone too. And when my ex-partner tried to humiliate me repeatedly, it cracked something open that had been buried for decades. It triggered my childhood shame, my abuse, the violence and the emotional abandonment that I had experienced, abuse that began when I was 2 years old. I truly believed that this was the end of my life. I wanted to die, and I had no idea how to get myself out of this darkness. I felt engulfed and smothered, and I couldn't breathe. It was only later that I came to understand what was really happening. That pivotal time in my life was exposing my unhealed core wounds. Now, this wasn't punishment, and it wasn't failure. Spirit was bringing me to a life-changing, defining moment that left me with no choice but to heal, or remain in that dark night of the soul until it eventually destroyed me. Not only was I in my darkest moment, my heart was closed too, from a lifetime of unprocessed emotional trauma, and my body was breaking down too. There were signs everywhere. My chronic migraines, an autoimmune disorder that kept me in fear of eating. There was only a few foods that I could eat without being sick. My nervous system was shattered, and I was living in flight or fight stress response to life. And I was addicted to pain medication and just simply couldn't cope without it. I was taking pills every day. My relationships were dysfunctional, and there was unprocessed family issues and hidden lies that remained in the shadows. All of it was alerting me to the same truth. I had to wake up and step by step begin the process of healing, because I've come to realize from a lifetime of living from a fractured self, there is no escape from core wounds. The negative energetic structure they create, the low frequency they hold, has to be cleared. The low vibration emotions, the disempowering beliefs, those core beliefs passed down through the generations, downloaded the energetic cord attachments to past perpetrators and the inner child's pain body, all of it. Core wounds create a sub-personality, a part of us that becomes detached from our authentic self. And this splintered part was running my life, orchestrating my experiences, creating situations that reinforced shame, fear, and guilt, the lowest vibrational frequency of emotions. And this splintered part, she kept choosing relationships with narcissistic men. And yet, even in that darkness, there was something still alive in me. Just a tiny glimmer of light, a silent whisper from my soul that said, there is another life waiting for you. And it is waiting for you to choose it, but you have to choose it first. So I had to surrender who I used to be. The old me, the splintered self. She could no longer be in charge of my life. She had to be healed and integrated back into me, into my true self. And I often tell my clients this: there is a diamond hidden inside the most awful situations, and sometimes that is hard to hear, but you just have to dig deep enough to find it. Otherwise you remain shackled to the past and all the people back there, and it is just not worth it. Those people are not worth your energy or the headspace that they take up. They already took enough. It took me 10 years of walking through swamps, 10 years of darkness, fear, shame, and despair. I went so low that it frightened me. But what I discovered changed everything for me. That diamond was there, hidden beneath layers and layers of trauma. Slowly I healed by doing the deep work. I wouldn't be the hypnotherapist and trauma energy alchemist today if I hadn't been through all of this. I wouldn't have created my heart therapy process either. My life could have gone in a completely different direction. I held the darkness close for most of my life, and I never believed it would leave, especially the core wound of abuse and shame. But I never gave up, and somehow shame knew that. It knew I was here to expose it for the vacuous fake that it is, the darkness that it spreads, and how it can contaminate our lives. I'm here to shine the light of truth for others, to wake up to the illusion that we can awaken from the shadow of shame, and by healing, strip it of its power. We are entering a new, awakened, heart-centered reality where shame, guilt, apathy, and fear have no place. Its time is over. And I want you to know this. You can turn your past hurt, pain, and despair around too, no matter how broken you feel, and no matter how desperate or hopeless it seems. You can heal. You can purposefully step onto a new, higher timeline. Choose it and it will appear. You can open your heart again, and you can live a life aligned with joy, peace, and love, a life that is not dictated by the past. Your pain is not more powerful than who you are at the core of your being. You are part of the divine. You are here to experience the opposite to what you feel now, to fully know and embody your truth, the truth of your sovereignty, and allow that to direct the course of your life. When I was on that sofa in the middle of the night, wondering where my life had gone, little did I know that I was being reborn, being prepared for a mission, and aligning with my soul's calling. Now that rebirth took 15 years, but I realized something profound in that healing journey. The darkness didn't win. Shame didn't win. I kept picking myself up. And when I felt defeated, even when my health kept me in fear, I kept going. I knew deep inside that I hold the wisdom of goddesses within me, my female ancestors behind me, the strength of women through the ages that had suffered. Their DNA was within me, and it is within you. And I discovered my truth in the deepest, darkest moments, that I was powerful. I had courage. I took my diamond, and I knew without any doubt I will never let anyone destroy me again. I will keep myself safe, and I will put my well-being first. When life gives you gut-wrenching situations, know this: you are being called to evolve, to stand in your sovereignty, and to live as your authentic self. The universe is not being unkind. It is directing you on a path that is in alignment with your soul's calling. Keep going. The mist will clear and your life will transform when you choose you and your well-being. You are here to shine, to live a meaningful life and create a life of joy for yourself and for those that you love. There are many resources on my channel to support you in your healing process. If you have experienced trauma, I created a video that will help you connect to the divine feminine that you are and have always been. Thank you for being here and for sharing this moment with me. From my heart to yours, with love.